Wow, Star and Savior? I thought we'd only have one or the other, but both? That's just amazing. This chapter still takes place in this castle. I love this picture so much. It just looks kinda goofy. Hey, Marth! You're ugly, and also most of your family is dead. How does that make you feel, huh? Faceless with rage, I bet. So is that supposed to be Morzas in the top right corner? Because he looks a little bit different than he actually does, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that beard. I think? I don't know, his face kind of blends together. But we, of course, will get to that in a minute, because first, we have the map. Now, over here there's the Treasury, and there are two thieves in here already, meaning they're gonna have access to those treasure chests from the get-go. We also have some Monaquettes. Those aren't gonna be the worst to deal with, we're kinda used to fire dragons. Over here there is a little statue or wall blocking that, so these ranged units on that side do have some free shots at you unless you can get back at them. Unit with Swarm, and most importantly, Morzas. He's got a Mage Stone. We'll get to that, but first, a few words from that guy we were just looking at. See, look at that. He doesn't have that beard. Think he might have a beard, but definitely doesn't have the one from the intro. Oh yeah, by the way, Marth's mother is dead. I mean, we kind of assumed up until this point, but yeah, this guy killed her, this rando dragon. So, yeah, the game never really focuses on Marth's family at all. Like, it only mentions Marth's mother, like, 2, maybe 3 times throughout the entire game. Mostly it's Elise. I mean, we already know that Marth's dad is dead, so yeah, I guess they kind of thought that Marth's mother, her fate would be a mystery. Except, again, I just assumed she was dead. There was no real mystery to it, since there was no focus on it at any point in the game. Oh well, we've been over this before, but Shadow Dragon wasn't well written. I mean, Nintendo, do you want me to remake this game again? 'Cause I'll do that. This is like the 3rd version of the frickin' game, but I'll make a 4th. I'll rewrite it to actually be good, in addition to doing a new one, where I fix all of your problems. And speaking of problems, those thieves gonna be a huge problem. 'Cause, we might have a ballistician, but sadly, Beck isn't quite gonna cut it, 'cause even the stone heist isn't exactly gonna kill him, and of course the enemies do have a fortify staff, which is pretty useful for the enemies, though for me personally I find it to be extremely broken, and that devil sword isn't useful, so you can have it. Now, that guy of course is going to attack us. You might be wondering how I intend to deal with those guys. After all, I mean, I do kind of want those treasures. I did say I didn't really want to use the devil's sword, but I want to take it back anyway. Right, so my strategy here, I forget if I do this round or the other one, but, you know, I did see them take that warp staff, so my reward would be another staff that allows me to teleport if I were able to kill these guys. So this takes care of that guy. So the devil sword's safe, not a huge deal. But that warp staff and the door key, those could both be fairly useful. Warp staff especially, maybe not the door key. So my solution is to do this. Yeah, remember when I said Cain't was really good? This was kind of proof of that. I'm just gonna send Cain't in solo to deal with all of these guys. Well, maybe not all of them. I will try to distract a few of them. Not really sure that's gonna work out too well just because those mages can't fire through the walls, but hey, I bet nobody will be able to resist going for Julian, cause he's kinda frail. So, yeah, Cain't is just gonna casually destroy the entire enemy forces over on that side. Or all of the enemy forces, whatever is grammatically correct there. And thank goodness that guy decided to go for Julian with that killer bow. I mean, to be fair, he probably wouldn't have actually gotten a critical on Cain't unless I was really unlucky, just because, as I said last time, Cain's luck, pretty good. He probably won't get criticaled. Again, unless his luck goes very, very south. But that being said, the killer bow is pretty powerful, and I would not have been able to take another hit there. That being said, 68% chance on that axe? That was terrifying, I can tell you that. Oh, so yeah, this was a pretty close one overall, because I very nearly just got destroyed by these guys. And that takes care of that guy. I forget what I did about that sniper, but I don't think I actually killed him with, like, a long-distance unit or something like that, like Linde or Castor. Did I? I forget. Yeah, I decided to use Cain't for him for some reason. Oh yeah, and on top of that, he gets a 7% critical. So yeah, this was kind of the chapter where Cain't was a huge frickin' badass. I mean, Cain't, you're not my favorite unit on the planet, but you're really damn good. Definitely better than Abel. I've never really been able to do anything with Abel. Cain't, on the other hand, though, yeah, he's really, really good. We are going to have to deal with that Monocap. This is actually going by really quickly, because, well, Cain't kind of decimated everyone, so I get free reign over the Treasury, as opposed to the thieves on that side getting free reign to the Treasury. They did not get to keep those items, nor did they get to keep their lives. They are quite dead. Oh yeah, and Cain't gets another crit directly after the other one. Same percentage. Good old Cain't. If I remember correctly, that little bit of art at the beginning, since I'm going to be talking about Zemzel now, is actually based on his NES appearance, because I'm fairly certain that more or less all the Maniquettes in the original game had a beard, and kind of looked more or less the same. But yeah, they actually changed his appearance. Except only in the main game. That bit of artwork at the beginning, I think, is based off his own old appearance. Which is kind of weird. I guess nobody really talked to each other in development, and that did not work at all. Oh well. Linde, take care of him. Well, alright, I guess I'll do this first. Then Linde can take care of him. Because Linde's pretty good like that, you know, she can just absolutely destroy those dragons, right? Just take them all down with the power of her magic. If they're slightly too resistant, then she can just drop one of those old auras and they'll probably be dead. Except when you fight a Mage Dragon, which is what Morzas is. Yeah, man, that's a pretty clever transition, right? You're impressed? Anyway, yeah, so Mage Dragons are a special type of dragon that, well, are resistant to magic. I don't think they particularly use magic attacks or anything like that. Generally, their stats are pretty high, so they're pretty strong attackers anyway. Fire Dragons, by this point, are not really a huge deal, but Mage Dragons, they are more powerful than Fire Dragons, and where you had a mage like Linde as a pretty good counter-attack against those guys, you don't really have anything to deal with Mage Dragons other than just raw strength. Raw, non-magic strength, because that won't work at all. So how are we going to deal with Morzas? Well, stab him instead of magicking him. I guess it's really not that complex. It's definitely something we have to deal with that we didn't before, but it's not the biggest deal once you know a little better how to deal with them, you know. Once you're used to the fact that you can't kind of just cheat it with magic. Now, I actually wanted to mention this in the last video, but I thought it would be better for this video. Remember those Prologue chapters? I actually really like the map design in those. Some people might call it lazy, though, because it's actually based on the maps in the last two chapters. Prologues 3 and 4 were based off sections of the previous chapter's map, whereas I think only Chapter 2 was... or Prologue 2, rather, was based on this chapter's map, because I think Prologue 1 was a different section. It led to a throne, but Yeah, I think it was a different hallway, maybe? I can't quite remember Prologue 1, but it was fairly straightforward. Oh yeah, and I don't think there was also that little pool or moat or whatever that is around the throne in Prologue 1, so that was its own unique map, which wasn't that good, but Prologue 2, if you see that little entryway there, down the stairs, Prologue 2 is basically an enlarged version of that. And then we had Prologue 3, which was based off basically the area in front of the castle, the bridge, and sort of the area to the left of that, and getting kind of close to that huge town area. And Prologue 4 was based off the prison. Now, of course, all those maps looked larger because they were more or less magnified, because to be fair, they'd be absolutely tiny if they were just complete recreations of the map in these past few chapters. But I actually really like that. I feel it actually makes sense instead of just making them completely unique areas, because Marth had to leap through here, but at the same time, it would have been a very small map again, but since Marth was so small, and the battles in general were so small, they also kind of shrunk down the scale of the maps as well, which I think is pretty clever. You know, it makes them seem a little more unique. You wouldn't immediately realize that they were parts of these maps. It's actually something similar to Zelda Ocarina of Time for me. In that game, you have Hyrule Field, and when you're a kid, it feels fairly large, but I don't know if they shrunk it down, or maybe I was just getting used to the area, or maybe having Epona helped, but Hyrule Field when you're an adult feels a lot smaller. And again, I don't know if that's like just me and my brain playing games on me, but here though they definitely shrink it for the prologue chapters. Again, it's not huge, but it's a detail I appreciate. Alright, well, now that that's done and over with, we can charge the throne. Honestly, once you take care of those guys at the entrance, there's nothing too much stopping you. Of course, then again, there could very well be reinforcements. Cough, cough, there will be reinforcements. But honestly, I don't think we really have to worry about them, because cough, cough, they are not Pegasus Knights. They're just Cavaliers, which have to ride all the way around to the left, so they're not a threat. Strategy is simple enough. Basically, keep your Pegasus Knights out of the way of the archer on that side, try to distract him or take care of him ahead of time, and then just send some strong units to take care of these knights. There's really nothing much to it. Star and Savior is actually a really easy chapter. Well, to be fair, I say that, but I kind of coasted on complete dumb luck. I honestly probably shouldn't have made it through that so easily, but I did. To be honest, I don't feel guilty about it. I mean, I will admit I shouldn't have made it so easily, but I won't feel bad about it. I refuse to. So, I guess since we've not really got much else to do, Sid is going to take care of that swarm-using dude up there. I'm going to send Ogma this way, because he's got a Levin sword, which might be useful. Got one of these, and I kind of want to make sure that I don't waste any uses of aura as well. Right, so anyway, VIP card. That thing we got from Mage or whatever is actually how you access the secret shops, which I believe Jake mentioned a long, long time ago, but you can't actually find any secret shops until now. This is the first. So, essentially, you have to take the VIP card and just find a special square on the map. True to its name, the secret shop is, well, very secret. There might be an indication as to where it is, but it is incredibly subtle, and you probably won't notice it unless you look it up on the internet. I feel like I've said this before, but it does bear repeating. And of course, since this is where we get the VIP card, there is a secret shop in this chapter. That's usually how it works. Basically, you just get the VIP card, and then somewhere in that chapter, there is a secret shop. That might not apply to Fire Emblem 7. I don't know that game's secret shops that well as the thing. I do know, however, that there are 4 secret shops in this game, which is fairly low. usually there are like 5 or 6, I think. There are definitely more in 12, and you get the VIP card a lot earlier. However, the secret shop items in this game are all pretty good. In fact, this is the only one in the game that actually sells, not normal items, because the whole point of the secret shop is that it sells, like, rare, really good items. But, nonetheless, there are different things here. I think I mean more items. In this version, or in this chapter rather, they sell weapons rather than items. We'll get to that later because, of course, it's not right in front of us, it's actually at the top of the map. You'll see what I mean later, and that doesn't exactly work like that. And this, however, does work. So, I believe this means that Board has enough experience to promote. Level up, level 20. That was extremely disappointing. Oh well. So, Board's not exactly our first unit to promote, because I think somebody in the Gaiden chapters promoted, right? I can never remember, probably because it's so infrequent, but I think someone promoted there. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Lena promoted. How did I forget this? Lena has been kicking ass ever since she promoted, because she has a lot of frickin' magic. And one, and that's not gonna work out too well. Alright, well, I guess I'll just switch them out then. Now that Linda is healed up, she'll go in and magic that dude, and Nagma will get healed instead. Alright, well, easy enough. I mean, to be fair, it's either this or let the knights take the long way around, and I'm doing them a service by killing them now, cause otherwise they'd have to walk all the way around, and they'd never be in time with the other cavaliers. They'd just get left behind, and it would be embarrassing for everyone. Alright, well, we could actually... Oh, was that actually some decent damage on Morzas? Cause if that's the case, then, wow, you actually take a lot of damage from a ballista. That's kinda sad. Right, so Cain's gonna go around this way so we can secret shop it up. How much damage do you do? That's not gonna work. Alright, alternate strategy time, question mark? Alright, well, more importantly, I guess I should probably get me one of these Master Seals. Alright, so second promotion, first of a person who actually fights frequently. I mean, to be fair, Lena's plenty powerful, and I think I don't have her fight that often. Less so because she'd die, more so because she'd be at level 20 by now. No, that's a pretty good promotion. So now he is a warrior, which pretty much means he's going to hit things better than he did before. Alright, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and just use an energy drop mid-chapter, because Marth's damage is kinda pitiful. But then again, that's what happens when you only have a base class and don't promote. To be fair though, even if he did promote, it probably wouldn't be until this chapter, because generally that's when most Lord promotions happen. They usually aren't just, oh hey, use a Master Seal or whatever. It's, okay, do this story important mission. Oh, that was a major turning point for the character. Alright, they promote now. But Marth has no such thing. He just stays a Lord forever, which is kinda boring. I think Crom is one of the only exceptions to that. He can just casually promote whenever he wants to. He has the same promotion as anyone else, which is honestly kinda weird. And then you have Ephraim and Erica, who get promotional items at a story point, but they don't have to use them immediately. Probably because people complained when that happened in 7, and then you did kind of have to promote immediately. Only with one character. For the rest of the lords in that game, they could just promote whenever they wanted to. But they did have to have their own specific special item that you could only get at certain story points. Right, so, let's just take care of this guy and, approach Morzas for the first time. Certainly, we did not walk up to him, find ourselves woefully, underpowered to fight him, and then back off. Okay, that's actually 1 damage, so I was just misseeing things before because I was flipping back and forth between damages, so it looked like I could do 8 damage against him, which is definitely not the case. Okay, this guy does not look like the type to say kee-hee. He really doesn't. Alright, fuck him up, board. You did it! 68% and you hit both times. I'm proud of you. Alright, so, Marth, there you, alright, yep, you can do it. Alright, come on, crit. Remember, this guy murdered your mother, so you're filled with anger, so fuck him up. Okay, well, he dodged his attack. I guess that's pretty good. Also, I love this. Oh, I stand corrected. Okay, I'm dying now, but you can't beat Medius. Blech. Also, in the original version, I think his death quote is just in all caps. He is very angry that you have killed him. And we get a speed wing. Alright, well, that's it. Marth's mother is avenged. She certainly did exist. But, yeah, from this point onward, it's pretty much just cleanup, because there are still reinforcements left over, and we do have to visit the secret shop and see what they have on sale. Now, I forget if it's in this game or my recordings of 12, but I did miss a secret shop at some point. If I did, I will point it out and what was sold there, but I'm pretty sure that's not until Fire Emblem 12, because I think I hit all 4. I mean, there are 2 of them that you definitely want to go to, but one of them, which has items I didn't need, so maybe I forgot about it there. I forgot. Oh well, anyway, a couple more Cavaliers to take care of. I guess I'll do some healing, because, yeah, Maria's still kind of behind on levels. Level 11, despite the fact that she's a cleric in the DS Fire Emblems. You could be doing better than that, Maria. I say as though it's anyone's fault but my own. Alright, well, you tried. You really did. Well, actually, no, you didn't. You ran towards here. I wouldn't even give you an A for effort. Maybe a C at best, but, that was pretty pathetic. See me after class. In hell, I guess. So, the secret shop is only indicated by being a little nook in this alcove. Internet. Alright, so the items she has for sale: Killing Edge, Wormslayer, Killer Lance, Dragon Pike, and Killer Axe. And any ones other than that? Yes, the Pole Axe, which is effective against rider units. These are all very good items. Oh, and a Killer Bow as well. I would suggest buying all of them you want. Oh, and a Longbow that actually hits 3 spaces away instead of 2 for archers. But yeah, stock up on all of them you want, but there is a limited supply. I believe it's 3 of each, so you don't get unlimited of them. And to be fair, there are much better things to buy later on in the game. So this is actually probably one of the best written parts in Shadow Dragon. Like, I'm not really too clear on the original script. I haven't played the original version that much because NES RPG, it's kinda bad, so I don't play it, really. But, if that section was actually well written, I'd be surprised. This actually seems like there was some effort put into it. Like, Marth actually seems kind of sad. I mean, the writing around this is bad because, again, his family's never really mentioned, but he is actually kind of grieving here, so, you know, that points for that. They actually give him some sort of conflict. They actually give him emotions. Well, it's like it's basic writing or something. He's reacting to this, his family being dead and one of them being captured. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I know this is an emotional moment, but I'm just overwhelmed that Shadow Dragon actually has some decent writing in it that's completely new to me. So Marth doesn't exactly have the best character development. It's kind of just like, okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. But this is actually a pretty nice moment. Said it before, but I'll say it again. Well-written scene. There are are not that many people living in Altia, I'm sorry. Altia's frickin' tiny. I'm pretty sure the last map was like the entire place. I'm sorry, get back to your big dramatic moment.